Well, she is live. Garuda Prime, the Nagantaka Prime, and more importantly, at least to me anyway, the Corvus Prime. I mean, don't get me wrong here. Garuda Prime, yes, I'm looking forward to trying her, seeing the differences they've made, and if there is in fact a Prime effect to some of her abilities, which there was supposed to be, because they went back and did all the older ones, but with her Prime access turning up, we can see the Prime, the Blood Wings. Yeah. It makes sense right up until the axe at the end of the word. So I'm not even going to try to pronounce that this time round, as well as the armor. Really weird not to see her wearing it here, because usually they have the frame kind of dancing around in the background, but I thought, just this once, they might actually have Garuda Prime in her element with the wings attached. Of course, you can see the Prime effect I was referring to on her sacrifice spikes coming out of the ground, the gold effect that they have. So it does in fact have a Prime effect on her abilities. That is great to see, because if it didn't, she would just kind of suck. But as you can probably guess, update 31.3 posted just now, Garuda Prime with the wings. That's the image I was hoping they would have dancing around. Then we have the Nagantaka Prime that should look pretty good. The Corvus Prime, the wings by themselves, just like that with the armor, makes them stand out a lot. Wow. Of course, with this, Titania Prime, the Corinth Prime, and the Pangolin Prime have been vaulted. It just means the relics aren't dropping anymore. You can still open relics you have, build the frames, trade the parts, all of that still works. It is just no more relics are dropping for them for now, which means replacing some parts in places. The Corinth Prime barrel has been replaced by the Estilla Prime barrel for Arbiters of Hexus, as has the Titania Prime Neuroptics is now the Garuda Prime chassis. New Loka, it's the... yeah, let's be honest, does anybody actually care? Yet again, sadly, you do not have permission to see this, you must sign in. No. You do not need to sign in to see posts in the forum, because there's nothing on it that are secret, especially not when it's in the news post. That's just messed up, so I'm not logging in. But it means they've changed the disposition guidelines, and that always kind of happens when new primes come out, because obviously they've got to change the disposition for the primes, which means the normal ones usually suffer, and any ribbons you have for the Corvus, which I keep calling something completely different, and the Nagantaka will be probably slightly worse than they were before. As well as obviously the 9-year anniversary stuff that I've already mentioned. Oh no! And the launch of, this is kind of sad actually, the Initiate Pack 2. That has the Nova Warframe with that skin. That is one of the best skins for Nova. It does look really nice. Oh, I kind of didn't expect that. Of course, if you are new to playing Warframe, the Initiate Pack, always better than buying actual Platinum, because it comes with Platinum. It could with Nova. Yeah, Nova is one of those frames that is well worth getting early game, because she just is. She's a heck of a good frame. And the rest of it is fixes, optimizations, the Initiate Pack, 9-year anniversary. More importantly, let's see the differences, shall we? The first difference is, as I mentioned in the 9-year anniversary video, which I'm glad they brought out early, because it meant I was able to split this instead of having one ridiculously long video, but that has appeared. As has, yeah, no. The Garuda Prime update has appeared there, but what we need to see is the differences in the actual frames. Yeah, first of all, before I go anywhere else, we need to see how Garuda fares up against Garuda Prime. Okay, there she is. Bit worried there, because it wouldn't be the first time they've messed up the codex. Ooh, Instead of 300 armor, it's 400. The energy's gone from 120 to 160. Everything else has stayed the same. The images here, I wish they would do these for prime frames using a prime frame. What you see in the imagery is basically just the normal frame. The abilities will still work the way that they are, but obviously having 100 more armor and 40 more energy, these are the base numbers. She is going to be one tough frame to take down. Okay, now I liked her before. Now she's going to be so much better. And yeah, I'm just now noticing the collar with the blood effect inside, and should be really good. I know a lot of people kind of main her, but still, primes are always an improvement anyway. With her parts dropping from the Axii G7 relic as her systems on the rare, and the Lith G5 as her new optics, still the rare, the Meso P7 as her chassis, the uncommon, which means the Neo N20 has the blueprint as the common. What I thought was slightly more impressive was the Mastery Rank 9 required Nagantaka. Yeah, that looks nothing like all the imagery for the Prime, does it? Because if we come into it, they did exactly what I was hoping they were going to do with this weapon. It's still there, it's just less obvious. Instead of 15% crit chance, because everything else is exactly the same, it is now 25% crit chance. With the same multiplier, same status, the impact's gone up slightly, the puncture's gone up slightly. Instead of 14.3, it's 15.6 instead of, for slash, 100 and... Ooh, wait, puncture. So impact only went up 0.2. Puncture went up, slash has gone from 143.1 to 155.7, meaning the total damage, yep, 173 instead of, I've completely forgotten what it was beforehand. Probably shouldn't have done that. 159 it was before. Burst, on the other hand, it's still 40 accuracy. The fire rate, however, has gone from 5.8 to 7.8. The noise is kind of still silent, but the magazine has gone up from 9 to 11. 2.0 reload. Still 25% crit chance. The damage is still 173 instead of 159, because the damage numbers are pretty much exactly the same for burst as semi. I preferred this thing on basically semi-fire, but burst fire worked just as well. This, as expected, will have more polarities as well. A huge improvement, not just because instead of having 159 damage, it now has 173. That's tiny. Obviously, it scales to be quite big. The huge thing is instead of having 15% crit chance, it has 25. Crit chance on this thing just became a huge deal. With its parts dropping from the Axii S10, which, to be fair, the Prime Barrel being a common, great start. The Lith Z3, the stock is uncommon. The Meso N12, we get into the rares with the, after Garuda, I'm hoping the next one's not. The blueprint is the rare for it, and the Neo M4, the receiver, is uncommon. But to me, it's this, the Corvus, the first arc gun that's going to be primed. What are the big changes that have come to that? Obviously, we have to go all the way to the bottom, as don't have this. Accuracy, still the same. Fall off, still the same. Charge rate, still the same. Ooh, magazine's smaller. Instead of it being a 25 magazine, it's a 20. The reload's much quicker though. Instead of it being 3, it's 1. Still alarming, as you could expect, but as you could also expect from it having a smaller magazine, it's gone from 40% crit chance to 44. From 2.6 times crit multiplier to 3. From 13% status to 20. Not to mention the fact impact has gone up by 30. Heat, that's gone up by 90. Meaning it's taken the 440 damage and turned it into 560. But that's not all. The charge shot has gone from 40% to 56 for crit chance. Crit multiplier is the same. The status has gone from 13 to 30%. That's huge. And the total damage, it went from 400 to 430, 480 on heat to 530, taking the total damage, not so surprisingly, considering it has a 56% crit chance now, from 880 for a charge shot to 960. There's a reason these things are timed. Once you summon it and you use up all the ammo, you can't summon it straight away. Because this thing, it's not classed as a shotgun, they class it as a flak cannon. Yeah. These things are always vicious. With its parts dropping from the Axii K7 relic that holds its blueprint, the Lith S12 having the prime stock as its common, the Meso G4 that has the receiver as the common. Every prime has at least one part that's a rare, so dare we say the Neo C2? Yep, the barrel is going to be the rare part for the Corvus. Not so bad. And of course, if you are looking for relics, all you have to do is go to the codex. We'll come out of that. That's too far out, thank you. Go to Universe, go to Relics in the bottom left, and you just have to search for Garuda as an example, and it brings up the relics, and then you can go to the relics and it shows you where the relics drop, what missions drop them. There's obviously bounties. The Isolation Vault Tier 1 drops them. They drop from all of these nodes on all of these planets. Relic packs drop resources. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The Archwing, the New War, the Steel Path Honors. Steel Path Honor Store does not sell relics. Oh, hang on. Was actually about to go over there so I can have him on the screen and just say, no. He does actually sell relic packs. So I guess technically that is right, because if you go see Teshin in the relay, just visit Conclave from the terminal I've just gone to, will also take you there. You can buy relic packs from him. Don't know why they would separate it as the Steel Path Honors when really you're just buying relic packs from there using Steel Essence, when in all brutal honesty you can do what I did and just use all of your syndicate standing to buy relic packs, which if we quickly, come on, quicker, and some of these, but not that many. You've got to remember, these are new relics that have just been added, but for 3 or 4 seconds of just opening those, that got me a few relics, which is a great way to get kind of started on the Garuda farm, which we will now jump into for the next 3, 4, 5 days. Hopefully not. I'm saying that sarcastically because probably have it by tomorrow, I hope. At least the arc gun. I want the arc gun. I need to know if it comes Gravamagged or not, because it should. Who knows? But with that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.